And we're in the process of essentially building an endowment which will allow students who want to learn meditation to be able to do so more easily. And in fact, you should have a card that you might have come in and received. If you have any interest in learning more about meditation, how to learn it, or where to learn it, how to receive support from the David Lynch Foundation, if you could leave us the card, David will get back to you in a week or two. He'll tell you the progress he is making, which is very substantial, and also give you instructions on how to learn meditation and perhaps how to be supported to do it. I just want to say one thing. We are born in this life with broad comprehension and EEG coherence. Throughout a lifetime of education, we learn to focus that broad attention increasingly sharply, which is also a very important skill to be able to recognize and manipulate our environment. But there comes a time at the master's level, I think, where we start to realize we're learning more and more about less and less. And at the doctoral level, we've discovered we become the world's greatest expert in nothing. The specialization itself isn't the evil. It's the lack of a few moments and a little guidance of how to withdraw that narrowly confined comprehension and narrow-minded nationalism and narrow self-centeredness, etc., expand that comprehension to live the wholeness of life, which is the true nature of our consciousness, and to become global citizens. Global citizenship, to replace narrow-minded nationalism. So David is doing this. Yeah. David has created his foundation with an ulterior motive, and that ulterior motive really is world peace. This is not a golf ball-sized idea. It is a David Lynch-sized idea, but it's a very practical approach. David's feeling is you can't have a green forest without green trees. You can't have a peaceful world without peaceful individuals. So he has created a foundation to bring the experience of profound inner peace to as many people as possible, as many who want it. And what he is very excited about achieving, and we're most excited about achieving, is not just individual peace, but the spillover effect of meditation, which is a remarkable, scientifically proven phenomenon. That is, we affect one another. We affect our loved ones, we affect our friends, our families, the entire community atmosphere, even the atmosphere of an entire city, if enough people are involved in experiencing deep peace within. You radiate that peace like a light bulb. A lit bulb radiates light. And the research shows is just as panic can spread through a room, spread through a theater, just as panic can spread through a city, calm and unity and harmony can spread through a city, can spread through a campus, can spread through the entire country or the world. We are therefore creating more and more meditators and groups of meditators, and we started in Washington, D.C. just a few weeks ago. 500 students at American University and others at neighboring universities are learning transcendental meditation with the help of the David Lynch Foundation for credit in a research project sponsored by AU to really start to create in Washington an influence of sanity and peace in this stress-ridden city. So the idea, based on extensive published research, is that if you can't get George W. Bush to meditate, and I wouldn't hold my breath, you can surround him and his administration and the Congress with an atmosphere that will replace a very fear-based, partisan-driven environment with a more coherent and harmonious and unified environment. As long as the capital city is gripped with fear and divisiveness, that's the sort of policy when it comes to environment, global warming, arms proliferation, decisions of war and peace throughout the world. That's the sort of policies you'll get. So we're starting in Washington, but now we're moving through California. We want to create as much of a palpable, measurable, physical, tangible influence of peace as possible. So in Washington, D.C., we're establishing the first campus of the University of World Peace. The idea is to counterbalance the global proliferation of military academies and graduate war colleges. Yeah. That are dedicated to advancing the science of war, which I would argue has already hit the point of diminishing returns. Have one university on earth dedicated solely to the prevention of war, to the promotion of peace, and creating a new profession, not soldier, but professional peacemaker, people with the ability and responsibility to prevent war. So please, get involved with this on any level you can. Take courses there. Learn to meditate. Be in touch with David Lynch through his foundation. And I want to, at this point, thank David and invite him back to take our final questions on film, meditation, consciousness, and the brain. Thank you, David.
Take a few more questions. Thank you very much.
Hi, David. My name's Tom.
Hi, Tom.
I have a question about film. The first time I saw the movie Mulholland Drive, it was in this very auditorium on that screen behind you.
Fantastic.
And it took me to a very special place. And then I went home and I actually had a dream about it. I'm wondering if you could tell us a little bit about what that movie means to you.
Tom, I can't. I can tell you a story about it, though. Mulholland Drive, as some of you know, was started out to be a TV show, and it was going to be, this was going to be the TV pilot. And a TV pilot is an open-ended story. It doesn't finish itself. And when the people at ABC saw it, they hated it. And so it was dead, but I got the chance to turn it into a feature film. It took a long time for them to work out contracts and everything, and during that time I didn't really worry about it much, but then there came a day when I had to, they told me, you've got the green light, go to it. And I didn't have the ideas. So this was one time when things did happen in meditation. Almost the very day I was told I got the green light and realized I didn't have the ideas, I did my evening meditation. I'm 10 minutes in, and like a string of beautiful pearls, the whole thing came out. And I felt so happy about that, I can't tell you. It was such a blessing. And these ideas affected the beginning, middle, and end of the thing, and it was right there. Now, there's one more thing in your question. You know, this business of intuiting our way. We see so many films, but even the most surface of films hold some abstractions. Our brains and minds are working, and we're enjoying things, and there might be some look of a person to another person where we say, what, you know, but we kind of get what they're, you know, a few more hints or something like that. But the more abstract it gets, the more we gotta think, you know, we gotta think our way. And everybody has this, you know, capability, and, you know, everybody can come up with their own interpretation. And if it is abstract, and it's, you know, you could start diving within and unfolding more of that, you know, intuition. And things become more and more clear. This clarity of what's going on in the world increases. A bigger picture forms, and, you know, abstractions it's all known. It's a field of all knowingness. A beautiful thing.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.